But also, I have the most embarrassing when I was supposed to lose my virginity story of all time.
Tell.
Which was, I've told you this before, you probably forget. The boys,
everything.
I feel like Annie's gonna fucking never let me live this down. This is terrible.
No, what kind of toilet paper do you use?
0. I don't use toilet paper. I only use baby wipes.
And you flush them all down?
Not today,
Hey, Emily.
Hi.
I gotta say, my like sensor, like I'm a little off today because we had the holiday party last night. I haven't been in a room with just like loud music and yelling and talking for, it's been a long time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
not
get to
used to
go.
it.
Was it very loud music?
Yeah, I know everybody. Oh,
It's a lot of socializing. What?
Jamie-Lynn's the love. I'm the guy who shows up.
You are.
Robbie
Always.
shows up.
Always.
You know, Jamie's, yeah, I'll be there. And then what happens right before, you know?
Messed up.
Yeah. But I got to hang with the boys very
Yeah.
much. I spent most of the time with Annie, sitting next to Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were chilling.
Any new butts?
Any new butts?
Any new bets?
I know some butts.
Do you?
No,
share?
no bets. But we just sat next to each other, talking to each other about like how bad we are at parties. You know, that's
Yeah.
basically what most of our talk was. We were both just like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not good at.
Yeah. Well,
At
especially
this.
being sober, it's hard to be at a party sober. Like
Yeah.
small talk is hard.
I knew it was time for me to leave when the second person was basically saying they were going to beat up Tom. You know, because
What? Explain.
Chris was the first one who said he was going to hit him with a bottle, right?
Oh my God, I wasn't there for that.
Didn't Chris say
He
that?
was gonna smash a glass in his face.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man, I
Chris
missed the best
said
part.
Chris said he was going to smash a glass in his face,
Like
which
for excitement or for
yeah, he
like,
had a big smile on his face when he said it. And Tom said it
like
was the,
wouldn't it be awesome?
And Tom said it was the only time he ever really saw him smile. He was like, I've never seen your teeth before. And he smiled. And then I'd say that was pretty early on. And then like, you know, towards the end of the night, it was Annie challenging Tom to a fight.
Uh-oh.
You don't remember?
No, this might be
tell
one
me
of the
tell me
holes.
what Tom's reaction was. Was he like,
Thinking
about it?
Well, then Annie got to the point where he was like, I'd fight Mike Tyson.
Oh.
Like Annie was like, I'll fight anyone. Like, but he started with like, I want to do YMH fight night, and he said he wanted to fight Tom.
can
And
I be the
whoa,
can
whoa,
I be
whoa.
the card girl?
You could definitely be the
Great.
ring girl, but
Yeah.
but hold up, I didn't say I wanted to fight Tom. That's not what that. No. You're telling us wrong.
What did you say?
Unless there's holes in my brain, which there could be. But
Kind of said that.
no,
You
I'm pretty
did
sure
say
I said
that.
no. I said I would. You know, we got to do YMH fight night, and he said who we do fight, and I think I said it was gonna be me and Adav, and then it was like, oh, but that didn't. You know what I'm saying? So then it was
Yeah.
like we were talking about who would match with who, but I don't ever remember matching him with me.
You did.
I only asked,
Bro, you were talking about fighting Tom for more than 20 minutes.
Chad, you just said he did say that?
Yeah, I think it started. You were saying that Tom couldn't take you down. He was like doing jujitsu.
I didn't say he couldn't. I asked him if he thought he could.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
it kind of went from there into.
And
So
did
you
he
were
give
talking about
did he
fighting
give
Tom?
a confident
No.
yes, I could?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
because he went for the hug, and then I thought he was trying to fight me, so I was like, I was putting my fist up.
Paranoid Annie, bro. You try and give the guy a hug and he wants to fight you. Holy cow.
And then yeah, so he gave me the hug. He was like, Merry Christmas, and I was like, you think you could drop me, bro? And he was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could. And I was like, all right.
By the way,
I don't know
as-
if you could, but
Is this liquid courage or is this just, things that just come out of your mouth on the regular basis?
the fact that I don't remember exactly how that
Right.
went down, I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of
Yeah.
of that
Both.
going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely both. I like to instigate. I like to be annoying.
As a sober
so.
dude, the flag, the sign that goes off when it's time to leave is when dudes start challenging each other to fight.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I'm like,
Oh,
okay, Robbie's got to go now.
And this is why
gotta
I never
go.
showed up.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
It's I had a good talk with Chad at the end of the night. I wish we started talking earlier. At the end of the night, when like people were drunk, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. They like turned the lights on. I was like, we gotta get out of here.
Oh.
But he
Yeah, it was
was
nice. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
glad
yeah.
we got to talk.
You got some bonding time with Chad?
Yeah. But you
Good.
see, he fucking comes at me before the show, before the mics went on.
Well, it's for the sake of the show and the entertainment. And
The mics were off, and he was
Yeah.
coming at me.
I know.
There's no proof of that.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and then
Well,
he
there is.
plays a victim on the show. Oh, there is. Yeah, my boy Annie. We got even closer last night, so he'll fucking show
Hold
that
on.
footage.
This started as you saying it was nice to talk to Chad last night and turns into
It did. That was
but I'm
what
saying-
just happened?
twisted real quick.
But, it was nice to talk to Chad last night. To my surprise, right before the show, he starts throwing haymakers at me.
You even said you wish you started talking to him earlier, is what you just said.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah, I wish we had too. We had a nice conversation. So I don't know where this is coming from.
Because I just said the shocking thing was when you came at me before the cameras. Oh, you're playing more of the victim. I see what you're doing. Okay. That's what these boys, they're the victims. Okay. Let's see how it is.
That.
No, that's true.
I don't play victim.
But then also I'm like, you challenged Tom to a fight. He's like, no, I didn't. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, oh, yeah. So this has happened to me before, and it's like, it really rattles like at least 24 hours in my life. I had to shit in the dark again.
Did you lose power?
Yeah. So again, it's one of these things where like the power went off everywhere, and then there was only one place that didn't get it back, and it was mine still, of course. And I'm like, what are the odds that the one fucking place? And so I'm waiting for it to go on, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta take my shit. And there's like the window, and I'm like, I don't want to shit with this open because the window's right there. So I'm like, well, how do I do it? And I just kind of had to use just the light on my phone and put it on in my bathroom and shit in the dark. And it's a real like gamble.
Why?
Because you don't know when you're really done wiping. Like you can
you had to bring your phone to the bathroom.
Right, but I wasn't touching it. I had it set up to where like the light was kind of just shining like a bat signal. And you wouldn't have picked it up with your other hand and just shined a light on what the situation was? No, I just kind of went with like, hey, it's like when you got to go out on a mission.
Yeah.
And you're like, you've been doing this a long time. You're ready for this.
Now
Rob.
I know what to get you for Christmas. I'm going to get you a little headlamp in case this happens again. And you can just look down with your headlamp.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little stocking stuffer for you, Rob?
Thank you.
Yeah, I got
that's
you.
Good. I'll be shitting with a headlamp on.
Yeah.
That's not my nightmare. So here's what I did. I went around, I asked the people here. And by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, that's Cougar in the booth, is Zolo
How's it going?
He had to take a shit.
In the dark.
In the dark. Yeah. We make him shit. If he has to shit during the show, we make him shit in the dark.
Without his phone.
Yeah, no phone. Darkness.
That kind of sounds nice, like a meditative, experience.
As long as you could put
really connecting with your body, and
as long as you could put the light on when it's wipe time, I agree. But if you're putting the fucking no light wipe,
I don't know. I think I'd have a feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that confidence.
Oh.
But I'm also a meticulous wiper because I only poop once a day, so I really make sure.
What does meticulous mean?
Like I don't stop until there is no brown on the baby wipes.
You're wasting a lot of paper. What kind of toilet paper do you use?
You'd rather me walk around with a shitty ass?
No. What kind of toilet paper do you use?
Zero. I don't use toilet paper. I only use baby wipes.
And you flush them all down? Are you clogging your pipes ever?
No.
Wow.
It's fine.
Baby wipes aren't good for you, apparently.
And I use ones
water wipes. What do you use,
I have
water
that,
wipes.
But I use the ones from like 7th generation, so they're not toxic.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Okay. Just worried about your little butt.
Thank you. So here it's getting bigger. By the way, I've been doing legs a little more. It's getting a little bigger. I went around. I asked the people here, including Cougar. That's why I introduced him. When they lost their virginity, how old were they, and where it was. So I'll put me in there.
Oh, and so I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's gonna be me. Tom, because I asked Tom and Christina. Christina didn't get back yet. So I asked me, Tom. We got Annie, Chad, Cougar. So we got 5.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Can I write the names down so I can connect them?
Yeah. Okay. So here are the ages.
Rob, Tom, Cougar, Annie, Chad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here, do you want the ages and the location, or do you want the list of ages, then the list of locations?
I want ages first.
Okay. All ages. So we got 17. 17, 16, 15, and 21.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna go.
Well, do you think the locations might help you, or you want those after? I give you the locations just so you have maybe a feel, but the locations aren't great.
No,
Okay.
one at a time. Too much. I'm gonna start with one of the 17s and say Tom.
So should I tell you you're right at the end? Or do you want to guess them all, and then I tell you if you're right at the end, or should we do one at a time?
No, one at a time.
Okay, that is correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Very
Okay.
good. Yeah, 17 Tom.
I'm going to do the other 17 as Cougar.
That is incorrect.
Okay. I'm going to go to the 15 and say you.
No.
Annie.
No, I would have done the same. Yeah.
Chad?
That is your boy Chad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chad throwing me for a loop.
Hey, James, why is that so surprising?
You're right. I don't know. I don't know.
Why is
what
it so
the hell?
surprising?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just a feel, and I think 15's young. I wouldn't have
Okay.
guessed
It is young. It was my 15th birthday.
So really, he was
happy
14.
Birthday.
You were basically
well,
14.
Cutter was 14.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
14's pretty
14's young.
But
14's very young.
I think at 15, I was like fully ready. It just
I mean,
wasn't.
looking at Bo and he's 10 and thinking in 4 years him having sex, like no way.
Oh, Bo's
So-
a pimp. I could see it.
Okay.
I think he's ready right now.
16.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She pointed at me for anyone who's just listening. I was 16, yeah.
21. I feel like this is any?
No.
No.
No. So Cougar is 21.
Cougar was
Okay.
21.
All right. So then 17 is any.
Yeah. So now I'm going to give you some locations.
'Kay.
A van. Do you want them all? Okay. A van. Mm-hmm. Her bed. Another bedroom. A friend's bedroom. And then his bedroom.
A van. Is this you, Chad, again?
Were you 15 in a van? You fucking
No, it does sound
dog?
exciting, but no, that was not me.
Okay.
Who was it? Say it.
Was Tom in a van? No. Who? Annie, were you in a van?
Yeah, that was me.
Wow.
That's my boy.
Details, please.
Oh man, it's that's kind of an unfortunate one, but it was her van, and we were camping. We were out camping, and I didn't want to fucking
Okay.
go camp because I fucking hate camping.
Yeah,
They
same.
forced me to go out there, so we were out there, and they were like, I'm fine to do whatever, like the roast and the marshmallows and all that shit, but then it was at night, and they're like sleeping all in this tiny little tent. I'm like, I'm chill, man. I'm gonna go in the fucking van. And then she fucking slipped in the van, and then
Did you know it was going to happen? Was like this the camping trip where you were going to lose your virginity?
Kinda. It's not a good story. It's not. Yeah.
Was
it's
it a
not
girl
that
you were
great.
dating?
It's a girl. It's a girl I met online. Man, I don't want to. No, it's too much, man. No, it's too much.
Okay.
But no,
Okay.
it's not a good- it's not a
Respect.
good
We're going to
story.
respect
Just
this.
trust
Virginity is a sacred thing. I'm sorry it wasn't ideal. But,
All right.
sometimes it's not.
We got
Okay.
another her bed.
Her bed, I'm going to say you, Rob.
No, that was not me.
Your friend's bed.
I am. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I am my
yeah.
friends because I didn't have.
You couldn't do it at home.
I couldn't do it at home. And I remember, I think this was it when I was with a girl in my friend's room, and then like there was like that space under the door, and my friends like slid 2 condoms under the space. And then
wow.
like me and her started like laughing about it, and then 15 minutes later we were having sex.
Wow.
Which
You've
is
always
cool.
had the nicest friends.
But also I have the most embarrassing when I was supposed to lose my virginity story of all time.
Tell.
Which was, I've told you this before, you probably forget.
I
The
forget
boys,
everything.
I feel like Annie's gonna fucking never let me live this down. This is terrible. So because when you're 16, you feel like I've been dating a girl for like a month or whatever, and we kind of knew like, oh, we had a place and whatever.
Yeah.
And I started to go down on a girl, and then when I was going down on her, like I was kind of like humping the bed because it felt good, and then I fucking blew my load.
Right. I
And
knew
then,
this.
Yeah. So then when she went to go like undo my pants and like get after it, I was like, hey, you don't want to go in there. Like it's a mess. Yeah. And then
To
it was
be
like,
young.
and she was like, what? Like, yeah, now it's like, oh my God. But yeah, and she was like, huh? Like, and then cause she's like, she was my age, she was 16, and she was
Yeah.
like, what happened? And then I'm like, I gotta sit here now. Like what was supposed to be the best night of my life has now become
Yeah.
me sitting next to the girl who I really liked at the time, telling her how I just jizzed in my pants.
But here's my question for everyone else other than Annie, because he's told us his story, but like everyone I know, including myself, like losing the virginity was like planned. It was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and this is the person I'm doing it with. Was that the similar for you guys? It doesn't feel like it's a like, at least where I grew up, it wasn't like a spur of the moment thing. It was a very like, I've made this decision and it's gonna happen Saturday.
For us, it was more so like I knew it was gonna be her, but it was just like, when are we gonna have a place,
A time to
you
do
know
it,
what I mean?
right,
Because like
right.
when you're a city kid, you don't really. It's not like you're in people's houses and shit. Like I met her in the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We spent a lot of the time hanging out in the
Romantic.
park. Yeah.
Huh. How about you
Gorgeous.
guys?
Yeah, it was planned for me.
Planned.
Oh, nice.
Planned in,
Kinda
hold on,
planned.
Chad, in her bed?
In my bed.
In your bed. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Cougar?
That one was in her bed.
Okay, you're her bed.
Yeah, and there was a plan. I guess it was planned, so you could say that there was a plan.
So with 21, were you holding out? Were you trying to save it?
I wouldn't say save it. It just didn't happen until around that time. It was actually my birthday too. I had just turned 21.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And I met somebody at the I guess we were celebrating it at a club or something, and she
Oh, she was a rando.
she was a rando, yeah.
Wow.
And she was
Wow.
older than me too.
Wow.
How much older?
I was 21. I think she was like maybe 27.
Oh, here's the golden question.
A lot of birthday sex.
Did you tell her you were a virgin?
Yes, I did.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's
Yes.
cool.
So she was like, I'm ready to do this, like 27, knew what she was doing.
Yeah, so at like the after party, like she kind of like pulled me aside, and we were messing around a little bit, and she wanted to get down and dirty, as they say, and
That's what they say.
I sort of felt like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is probably not going to end well, so I caved and I told her, and she was into it, and we just had a little discussion after that, and she was like, okay, so we're not going to do this now, but come over tomorrow.
Oh, that's dope. That's a 27-year-old broad who knows what she's doing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Not that like, oh, we'll do it right now.
Yeah.
She knew it was us. Because my question was gonna be, because when you were like, yeah, I did say I was a virgin. Like, was that your thing? Like, were you telling a lot of chicks you were a virgin when you were like 19 and 20?
Yeah. If it came up, it was usually something, and it just, for whatever reason, it just never really happened for me.
It's an honest guy.
So what about this next day? Like, do you wake up right away and you're like fucking skipping out of bed? Like, how do you?
Yeah. She told me like, yeah, just go.
Did you take her to dinner first?
I did not take her
No,
to
no
dinner.
way.
Yeah,
You don't want to eat right before.
Well, did anything happen prior? You just like
No,
walked
she
into her
told
place
me,
and went to Bone Town. What
If
happened?
she says to come over and you're like, no, I want to take you to dinner first, you're gonna retard it. Like you can't.
Really?
Yeah, of course. If she says, hey, why don't you just come over tomorrow? You're a virgin. Like, there's no like, hey, how about we grab some food for?
And you're 21-year-old virgin, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got some condoms and a sixer, if that counts.
Oh
It
wow,
counts.
you showed up
You
early. What
you
time did you
shave?
go over?
Yeah, I shaved,
You
prepped.
groomed?
Yeah,
Manscaped?
I made sure I smelled really great.
Great.
Wow. So
Oh my
how
gosh.
long was this session? Like what?
We did it a couple of times. The first one, was relatively short as expected.
Yeah.
But once we got the practice in, got warmed up. Did a little bit better after that.
Good for you.
That's awesome. Yeah, she must have had to really get you out of there with, because how do you want to leave? If
Yeah.
you wait until 21 and then some chick is like, come to my place, lose her virginity, and then she's like, all right, I'm gonna go. Like, oh, that's got to be tough to leave.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
not.
do you order food? Do you take her out to eat after? What happens?
No, basically, we did that, and then that was it. Never saw her again.
Really? Wow. And did you know when you were walking out, like, I'm never gonna see her again?
I wasn't sure. I was just too busy thinking like, wow, that was pretty cool.
That
I
was
can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
How long did you have to wait before the next?
The next one,
Still hasn't happened.
unfortunately, it has happened many other times.
See, Rod is a bully. You see, Cougar.
No. Maybe he's choosing to wait, Chad. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. Shortly after that, I found somebody else a couple months later, and I've just been plowing my way through town.
That's awesome, man.
Good for
Congrats.
you.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for you. So then, Tom was 17 at his place.
Nice.
That's interesting. Out of 5 dudes, there's only one who it was his place.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that makes sense, though, sometimes.
Where was
It was
yours?
my place.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was 2 of her places.
I was 16. It was at my first boyfriend's house. His mom was a stewardess, so she wasn't home a lot of the time. And she walked in on us our very first time.
Wow.
Yep.
So she was a stewardess. She thought she was like in
We
Honolulu.
we didn't think she maybe a flight of hers got canceled or something. We thought nobody was home. And his room was like, you walked into his house and his room was like the first door, like the front door opens and like right to your left was his room. And she just like went to walk in and yeah. And so he like picked the covers up and she like ran out and she didn't know I was there. I think she thought she walked in on him like jerking off or whatever.
Nice.
And then like later she like heard that I was there. And then the next time I come over, she like sat us down to like talk about like birth control and stuff like that. Like she was
wow.
super cool. It was very awkward. I was like freaking out. I'm like, this is a sign from God. We shouldn't be doing this. Like I was, because it was like, I mean, you know, it's a big deal.
Do girls, like when you were that age, 16, 17, like were there ever girls who like came back and they were like, hey, I lost my virginity and it was fucking awesome?
No, everybody was like, it hurt. It was
It's always bad.
miserable. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
dudes, like my first time was probably like a minute and a half, and I came out like I was like, "Give me a Marlboro Red." I was like,
Yeah.
"That was the shit."
Yeah,
you
of
know what I
course,
mean?
yeah.
We're like, it just like for girls, it's just
we just like walk out with our heads down, like, okay. Yeah.
right, yeah. Because
Yeah.
also when you're a dude, you're like, well, now that it's done, I gotta go tell someone. You
Yes,
know, like that's
yeah.
the thing. Like you got to, because it's like something you've been talking about with your boys for years, where you're like, oh my god, one day I'm finally gonna get to lose my virginity. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
mine was traumatizing.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's okay. We figured it out after.
So how long do you wait to have sex again?
I mean, you know, at that age, you're like,
Well, I don't know, because you could have been like traumatized.
No. At that age, you like can't keep your hands off each other, you know? And he
Okay.
didn't go to my school, so it was like we didn't see each other every day. So
How'd you know him?
He went to camp with one of my really good friends, and he was like a skater, and he was like cool and different.
So since the time you lost your virginity till now, what do you think is the longest period you've gone without having sex?
I think one time I went like 7 or 8 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never been a casual dater. Like I tried one time in my life prior to meeting Cutter, where I was like trying to date like multiple people, and I couldn't.
remember
I mean,
that.
I wouldn't sleep with anybody, but like I would. It just wasn't hard. Like to me, it's like I meet somebody, I'm like into them, and just try out a relationship.
Yeah, I'm like that now, but it's even worse with apps now, because like you'll be talking like, and when I first got on apps, I was like, okay, I'll be talking to like 3 girls, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, so your dad's going to like Massachusetts tomorrow, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, you'll also take like the good stuff and sometimes like morph it into one, you know, like I'm like, oh yeah, you're super into nutrition, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh damn, that was another, you know, like it's just so, I'm like, once I start talking to a girl, I'm out like of all the other
Yeah,
ones. Like I
yeah,
can't even.
I get it.
And like so many people are like, but what if you miss the I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
You're not worried
Miss
about
the-
that.
Do we have, I'm so used to asking Zolo, do we have a memory lane for today?
We sure do.
Even though we've been strolling down it already, this whole pod.
Wow, I know where that is.
Is it a fashion show?
Yep. That is a sick jacket, I just want to say.
Heatherette
Oh, wow.
is the fashion show?
I just know it's New York Fashion Week. I'm going to say
2005.
6. I was going to say 2006.
It is 2006. It's the Olympus Fashion Week in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you guys were good.
That's a, I got to say, that
You
jacket.
look like Edward Furlong there.
You do.
That was the
Doesn't
first,
he?
like, nice
Like
jacket.
Terminator Edward Furlong.
That was the first night jacket I ever bought myself. That was like, you finally
Is it
deserve.
fuzzy inside?
Yes.
And
It was-
suede?
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
finally like, oh, you can look like an adult, because I always looked like a kid going out. You
I
know
look
what
like
I
a
mean?
woman there. Like I don't look like a 25-year-old girl. I look like a woman. You know what I mean? Like a middle-aged woman. There's Edward Yeah. Oh my God, look at him on the left.
Which one?
Edward Furlong like now?
Where? I don't
All the
see
way
it.
in the left.
On the left. Oh shit! I thought that was like the term. Holy shit! Wow. Yeah.
Well,
You know what we should? You know what we should do? We should do
Ay,
a
ay,
fucking. You know how TV shows. What like they had like The Biggest Loser and like Can You Get in Shape or whatever. Imagine we took like 8 child actors who would just have been like having a rough time, and it's like whoever loses the most weight and gets in the best shape, like you get a fucking movie or whatever they want. You know what I mean? $100,000 or whatever would make them happy.
yeah, I could see it happening, but it would feel dirty to me. That feels like a dirty show.
Really, I feel like you'd be helping their lives. Like,
Yeah, but what
I
about the
think,
losers?
Because I'm thinking about where I was 10 years ago, and if somebody came at me with like a, hey, if you'll get your fucking shit together, there's like this prize, and it might have tempted me to possibly
Yeah.
get healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I just feel like if Hollywood was toxic for them once, it's probably not a safe place for them to go back into.
See, I look at it as like a lot of them want to get back and they can't. You know what I mean? Like they want to get back in, but they're like...
Yeah, I look at it the opposite. Like this was not a good place for you because it led you down this road. We should not be bringing you back for the sake of our entertainment.
Really? I think it would be awesome. I think having like 8 ex-child actors. You laughing at the thing popping out of my ear, Annie?
No, I'm laughing at the contrast between both of your opinions.
Oh yeah. right before you laughed, it was like boop and just popped out. Yeah, I don't know. I just think like I could imagine like 8 child actors in a house would probably be fucking awesome.
Of course, it would be fantastic television. I just worry about after, but that's just me.
So I got
I'm not a producer.
I got a thing on my phone that was like, here are your most, it's the end of the year, and it was like, here are the most played songs
On Spotify?
of the year. No, it was on Apple Music for me. Do you know, like, are you somebody who you do like listen to a song like so much over and over?
No,
like
my
I
kids.
do?
They use my Spotify account, so it's all my kids.
Oh, okay.
Because I listen to podcasts in the car. And I don't listen to a lot of music, or I listen right currently now to Christmas music. So to the Holly channel. So my kids, my Spotify number one artist is Connor Price, because that's who my boys love.
Is that country?
No, he's this young white kid rapper. He's dope.
Really? How
He's
young?
dope. I don't know.
See, I'm
How
telling
old's
you, man.
Connor Price? In his 20s. Gotta be.
Bo's gonna be
There he
banging
is.
real
Look
soon.
how cute this little 29.
Oh, I thought he was like a kid. Yeah, he's like a...
He's awesome.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
See, now
he's
I know
an actor,
I know
too.
I'm fully out of the loop. This guy is like
I would
probably
only
one of the
know
most...
because of my kids. It's like all their walk-up songs in baseball is all Connor
Oh.
Price. So it was like, you are one of Connor Price's number one listeners. I'm like, yep.
Because I know I'm the type of person who, like, when I find a song I like, 9 times out of
You
10,
wear it out.
I just play it over and over
Yeah.
and over.
So
Like,
what were your songs?
what were my songs?
Let's get down to business.
That was
I
my...
think of you every time I hear that
That was my
song.
wake surfing song. I
Yes.
fucking love that shit. No, my number one song was Dior by Pop Smoke. Oh, that's a banger. Because that's my fucking gym. Like
Gets you pumped?
that song is insane. That
Okay.
song is incredible. What are you boys like? Listen to songs over and over types.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
What do you know? What like your top 2023 songs would be? By the way, I don't even think Dior came out in 2023. I just listened to it.
Definitely did not.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so Mr. I don't know anything about pop culture.
I mean, I'm black, so it's kind of a cheat, but
That's
yeah.
that my point exactly.
Also, Pop Smoke died, so I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
Who
R.I.P.
died? The
Yeah,
artist?
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Rest in
One
peace,
of the
rest in
fucking
peace.
best songs ever.
But yeah, for mine, I mean, I haven't looked at it, the Spotify rap thing, but I mean, I could pretty much guarantee it's gonna be Zach Fox on number one. You more than likely don't know him, but he's a comedian and rapper, and
Oh, wow.
he's the funniest fucking dude, and I love his music, so
Cool.
that's definitely my number one.
Cool.
Is it like Weird Al Yankovic, or is he like?
I mean, I don't want to hate on Weird Al, so
It's all right.
I'm gonna just say
Just
no.
a different type.
I think it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay, but I didn't know if it was like corny, like like Weird Al would even say like his shit is corny, like he's not trying to make like prolific music.
Oh, all right. I mean, I wouldn't want to say that about it. But yeah, if he's trying to say he's corny, then yeah, but it ain't like that. It's like, it's actually funny, but it's actually lyrically speaking dope as fuck. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's both.
Yeah, I
like
mean
it.
Weird Al Yankovic's biggest hit was like Eat It instead of Beat It. I
Right.
think he would admit he's a little,
Remember,
like it's-
I'm fat instead of I'm bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm fat.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would have
You
no.
know
I don't think he'd be
it.
like, "What? You think I'm? You thought Eat It was corny?
I mean, art's art, man. I ain't trying to hate.
There you go.
Yeah, but I think he goes for like he's not looking to like fan like like.
I get you. You're probably right.
You know what I mean,
He's just silly.
what are we thinking there, Chad? Are we listening to the same songs over and over?
Yeah, I tend to. I think my most listened to song was by Fugazi. They're like a kind of a harder kind of punk band from back in the day.
Okay.
And then some, I think it's like Simon and Garfunkel, and
Nice.
then Elliott Smith, stuff like that.
Cougar. What are the kids listening to?
I mean, mine's probably just littered with all sorts of goth music or stuff you'd see on Christina's feed.
Hell yeah. Are you like me when I was 16? Are you like a big Pantera, like that kind of shit?
Unfortunately, no. I liked more like, new wave 80s stuff rather than Pantera. I mean, I can appreciate stuff like that, but I don't know. That's just me.
Pantera was my fucking favorite. I actually, you know who I love? By the way, one of the songs I listened to over and over was Kodak Black. I forget which one. I don't know, but I was watching an interview of him, and I couldn't understand something he was saying, so I thought I'd bring it to you, and you could tell me what he was saying. You have the clip, right, Chad?
Like, what the fuck going on? You know, like, sometimes you get caught up in that matrix and shifting and shit like that, and you don't really be processing that shit, cause like, bitch, late nights, early mornings, shit like that, they're just on the run.
So let's pause it here.
Shit like that.
What'd you get so far, Jane?
When he's processing things late at night or early in the morning or shit like that.
Yeah, but also he seems to have a problem with society, right? I think he's.
Is that what he said?
Let's do it again. Let's start from the
Okay.
beginning. Let's start from the top. Here, you want a pen?
What the fuck going on? You know, like, sometimes you get caught up in that matrix and shifting and shit like that, and you don't really be processing that shit, cause like, bitch, late nights, early mornings, shit like that, they're just
Okay, let's pause.
on the run, getting.
What do you got, Jamie?
Well, I wish I heard the question, but something about society and him processing that late night or early in the morning or shit like that. I don't think there were any other words other than those.
See, I was kind of with him when he's like, society, he's like, you get caught up in the matrix, and he's like, I don't really
he said the Matrix?
And he's like, I don't really be processing shit like that. But then when he's like, late night, early morning, he starts to lose me. I don't know why he's talking about late night, early morning. Let's keep going and see if you can get the tail end.
Food and shit like that, you ain't really like sitting down and really just having time to what you call it. But yeah, like, I'm gonna say like this here, I've been zooting and shit like back then. Back then, it'll take for like crackers to have to sit a nigga down and shit right quick for a nigga to start like thinking and like reevaluating shit for like for shit for what it be. But like this here, like I just like fell back right quick and like I was on some shit like before these people I had to do it and shit like that. And then like a lot of that shit like man, that's for sure. Yeah.
You really know. I'm not saying this in a cliche way, but you really can change the world.
Yeah.
I felt like he lost battery. Like he was talking and then he like slowed down and then just like looked down.
What's the world gonna be like if he changes it?
If he's changing it, listen.
Yeah. So did you get anything from the second part of his?
Not a word.
Nothing.
Not a.
Any of the boys back there wanna?
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
Oh, that was good. That was it. Yeah, that was pretty much what I got. What?
I just it seemed like just kind of a lot of filler, nothing kind of phrases, Just
a lot of he's doing a lot of the noises.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the healing noises.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we might even. Yeah. There we
he's
go.
doing a lot of that.
Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna get. Annie, if you could throw a couple of Kodak Black noises on the sound,
Done.
on the sound thing, whatever, you surprise me. Whatever you want.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Wasn't he kind of talking about like, you can get caught up in society and kind of forget your mission, like where you're going. You be up. It's like, I don't know. The late night, early morning is kind of like, it's just day to day. You kind of forget, I guess, your direction. And then I feel like the second part, definitely a lot of stuttering. It was very difficult to follow, but I feel like he was saying that this year's been good. So he's been more on his shit and kind of been moving in the right direction. So yeah, he feels like he's on top of some shit right now.
Oh, see,
Wow,
I thought
that was a beautiful translation.
I thought he also said something about crackers at one point. Like,
he also has like a pound of diamonds in his mouth. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
anybody
tough.
could speak. Now I know what to do if I can't fall asleep. Just listen to him. It's like
Can you Google Kodak Black songs? I'm trying to remember the song that I played over and over again this year. There's a song of his that I fucking love. Super Gremlin, excuse me. Oh, so good. And we could be superstar.
oh, Jack loves that song.
Oh, it's so good.
Jack loves it. I can ask Cutter. Jack has really good taste in music, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As somebody who used to be or who still is a singer, if you had to say who had the best voice of all time, Like female. Let's do female. Who had the best female voice of all time?
Whitney Houston.
That's my number one. Yeah, and then who do you go after that?
Celine and Adele.
Yeah, see, I liked Adele and Amy Winehouse. Celine doesn't really do it for me. I mean, she's fine, but I don't put her with the I feel like she's performing where I feel like when I watch other people, like when I watch Adele, I'm like, damn, she feels like she's feeling every fucking word of this. Where when I watch Celine Dion.
You don't think Celine is feeling what she's saying? She uses her fingertips.
No, I think she is so cold. I don't think she has any. I think that's all the I think as soon as she fucking takes those things out of her head, she's like, yeah, where do I fucking gotta go? Like, where I think Adele is
Celine
like, maybe I don't know Celine.
You don't know her at all.
But I don't get that from her. Yeah.
Celine slaps.
No. Listen, she's great, but I'm just saying what I relate to. Why I love Adele. Why I love, like when
Yeah.
I don't, those big moments from Celine to me seem very very much, I'm constantly reminded that I'm watching someone perform. Where Adele, I lose myself.
Okay.
That's how we do.
Okay, that's how
Boys,
you feel.
we got any different number one voices of all time?
I would say Whitney for sure, but after that I typically go a little bit lower, kind of under the radar. Emmylou Harris or like Linda Ronstadt or Bjork. I kind of like different voices over like great voices.
Got it.
Okay, yeah, Bjork. Shout out to Bjork. Annie, got anything for us?
I'm nowhere near musically educated enough to give a good answer.
Just who's your favorite
Is there
female
like a
voice of all
female
time?
voice that like you just like to listen to, or none?
Female voice I like to listen to. Shit. I don't know. I'm bad at this.
Does any guy have a female voice they like to listen to really deep down? Come on, let's be real.
Just turn it off once that starts.
Yeah. As soon as it's not Zach, whoever, it's off. All right. Well, that is another episode. Thank you guys for thank you guys for listening.
Bye.